Hey guys, welcome back to the channel this morning. I wanted to show you guys some new Systainers that came from Festool just here recently, and I've been using, well, how many of us do this? The buckets from the store are just gonna have to be good enough kind of a thing. Well, let's get rid of those real quick and let's show you what the old one looked like versus what our new one looks like. Okay, there we go. They're all gone. How about that? All right, so here's what the ones that we've been using look like. This is, obviously this one has been around the block. This is a Sys1 box, and this is the one with the colored inserts. See that? We've been using these for a long time. And this is still going to stay part of my collection, obviously, but they have a foam insert here in the top of the lid. You can't see through the top like the new ones you can, but these have a handle on the top. So the handle on the front, though, you don't have on the old style here. Oh, this is really getting worn. These have a handle here on the front. It is only an issue, you know, when you stack these up, they lap over the handle or the T-lock of the one underneath. So as a single, they'll carry nicely like a briefcase, like that. It's a real nice view through the top and everything. But they're going to carry like this, like a briefcase. The little mistake I made that lets me get to show off another one is I ordered one of each of these and was not thinking that this one here is a totally different size. But the small ones still lock right onto the larger Systainer. So you can see here how much larger this one on the bottom is. So be aware of this when you're ordering. If you want the normal Systainer size, you need to get this one. Be sure you're getting the right one, because this one here is significantly bigger. The other thing I've noticed is how tall they are. You know, this is still a Sys1, but our old Sys1 next to it, look at the difference in size. If we actually compare those right here, I don't know if you can actually see that tape, but I'll read it to you in a second. The old Sys1, and yes, we're in Freedom units today. That's the tape I have on. 4 and, looks like right at 4 3/8 tall inches. Where the new ones are going to be 3.5 inches tall. So you've got almost an inch taller Systainer in the old one. So where this is coming in for me is I store these a lot in my decked system, and I think with these style, my drawers and everything are going to work a whole lot better, and I may be able to get even more boxes in them. That's also another reason to try these long Systainers for me. For the ones that are far up in there that I have to really, you know, reach to pull out, putting a longer stack of Systainers towards the front could make them really easy to grab and get. So I'm probably going to order more of both of these because I played with these a little bit this week, just, you know, testing them out a little, and I'm really a fan. But this is a solid unit here with the colored boxes. The only complaint I really have with it is that these little colored boxes don't fit anything else that's Festool. You know, the little gray containers and everything that we have in our little drawer Systainers, our 3-drawer units, our Sys tackle boxes, those same little containers that fit all of that are not the same as these. This is practically its own standalone style of thing. So the containers you get for this, that's all they're good for. So anyway, we're going to check and see here if those other containers will fit these, but these are now, I noticed an interesting thing inside here, and that is that all of this stuff is labeled, let's see if you can see in there, BOTT, B-O-T-T. So this appears to be made by the company that does all those racking systems overseas. So anyway, I like this. They have a lot of really positive locking lugs on the bottom that interlock with the grid that's right here in the bottom of the Systainer. You can see how that whole thing almost looks like a very large Lego set, or like, I guess like Duplos would have been as a kid, the really big ones. So these appear to lock in very nicely, and they carried that pattern through to the top. You can see all the little squares here on the top. So these containers actually lock into both when you close it. So if you just put one tiny container right in there, you see it right there. I'll snap that handle down. You can see there's nothing you could do with that. And we'll put some screws in that here in a second and give that a throw. But you see this, when you put these together, you can stack them just fine without worrying about the handles. So in my deck system, or if you have a drawer system you store these in and that sort of thing, these handles are not going to be an issue at all. Because you only need to pop the handle out if you want to lock the two units together like that. And then the handle's going to lap over. So be aware of that issue though. And part of it is because these Systainers are an inch shorter. If they were 1 inch deeper, I don't believe this would have been an issue. But benefits for different things, you know, you got to decide what outweighs the pros and cons for you. But a lot of very nice size containers in these. The one here on the bottom, the reason I got it and not paying attention and getting the big one is I just saw that this one here had a lot more containers in it. A lot more of the singles and the little doubles. And for screws and things, this size right here is probably my absolute favorite. When you get up to these huge ones, sometimes you do need these for your 4 and 5 inch screws, your big GRKs. But ones like this, unless you're keeping your drivers and everything in here with it, maybe extensions and things like that, it's not really as much of my thing. I'd rather keep my drivers and everything in my Vito bag. Okay, let's grab some screws. Let's throw them in one of these and let's show you how they don't spill, just like the old ones. Okay, we have one of these little doubles full of the number 2 Robertson drive Craig screws. We'll just put that one right in the middle of the case. T-lock the front. See that right there? Upside down, any angle you want to go. Not one spilled screw. So that is part of it for me right there. I love that even if I'm going down a rough road or if I'm rolling my stack into someone's house and I dump it, usually not a problem. Now obviously if you blow your T-lock latch off and you really drop this thing on concrete or something and it blows open, then that's over with. But as far as just your normal usage, they don't spill, they don't anything, and it's just fantastic for that. So I'm going to go ahead and load this up and show you what this looks like fully loaded, and we're going to grab some of the other containers here. Let's see the difference. Okay guys, here's a couple drawers out of my stacks in the truck. And these have, you know, everything from togglers to tap cons and that kind of thing. But they also have these style cups that we've really gotten used to. And these new ones, this is the small version of the existing cups. And this is the small version of the new cup. So significantly smaller. Means, I guess if you have a lot more stuff, like you can see, I'm barely using this one. This will go a whole lot better into this unit. Why use all that extra space for something that small? So that's, hopefully that's going to be the big use for me here. I'm going to go ahead and load this up and let's check it out. Okay guys, well I hope you enjoyed seeing how I loaded out these Systainers for the first time, as well as some of the differences between these, the old style cups, the new style cups, and the colored cups. How none of them are the same, it's all a different thing. This apparently will be the new style going forward. These Systainers are shorter. Just a quick little recap there, be aware of all of those things. I will stick some links. There will be affiliate links down in the description below. So if you're looking to look at the specs on these, if you want to see how much they're costing right now for each one and whatnot, I believe at the moment this is around an $89 one on the top and a $99 one on the bottom. They come with the containers this time, so that's quite different for Festool. They're pretty good about not including any extras whatsoever, and you get to buy all that afterwards. The drawer systems are a good indicator of that. The colored unit did come with its inserts as well, but all these drawer sustainers, you have to buy every drawer separately, all the dividers, if you want them. But anyway, nice little change of pace here. Different size sustainers. Love the organization. I'm going to grab another one of the small, another one of the big ones, so I can have two little stacks that are even sizes in my deck system in the truck. Keeps all my screws organized so that I can work out of there nicely. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of video, and we'll continue making them as long as you guys keep watching them. Thank y'all for being here. See you on the next one.